Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, there's a lot of buzz around, and I don't know why they're dredging it up about why did Harry and Meghan, why were they in a rush to get married? Now, I've done a reading before that they threatened the Queen told the Queen that Meghan was pregnant. What I found very interesting is nothing was mentioned in Spare about that lost child, right? Meghan was so quick to say she had a miscarriage in July between the two children. Now, was she fibbing a bit? And that was actually a miscarriage in the July after they got married, right? So was she trying to um, get out of a lie that she had? Let's check. Let's ask the cards. Number one, did Meghan claim she was pregnant and dim-witted Harry didn't know how to check for himself? And that's why they rushed to get married. They actually pushed Eugenie's wedding date out of the way so they could get married so quickly. Did she claim she was pregnant? Did Harry tell his grandmother, the Queen, they had to get married quickly because Meghan was pregnant? And then did she say she lost the baby after the wedding in what would have been July after the wedding? So, was she twisting two stories around? Now, for the record, I don't believe Meghan Markle has ever been pregnant in her life. What popped out here, the Queen of Candles in reverse, the liar. There she is, the liar, the backstabber. No, she's not loyal to anybody. I don't believe I did a reading and I don't believe Meghan Markle has ever been pregnant. Some people think that she's had a hysterectomy and that she's had abortions and whatnot. I'm not in that camp. My cards clearly told me she is incapable of getting pregnant due to some of the way she was born. So I want to ask, why didn't she mention losing a baby after they were married, but then mentioned losing a baby in July, but a year or two later? Was she trying to fib two fibs together? Was she trying to tie two fibs together? But let's check the cards again. Did they tell the Queen that Meghan was pregnant? Boy, that was a definite. 3 of Gifts in reverse. Well, that could be somebody who doesn't want to work, procrastination. 10 of Gifts in reverse. Well, there's the royal family. There's the 10 of Pentacles. This is the intergenerational. Wow, 5 of Gifts in reverse. They want Queen of Gifts. There's the Queen. And the 5 of Canes in reverse, the bully. I think that I'm going to say yes. The Queen showed up here. She's the Queen of Gifts. That would be, she was a Taurus. That was her. This is the family. They had to push Eugenie's Eugenie's wedding to the side to later. And then how did Meghan thank Eugenie for doing that? Well, she trumps Eugenie's wedding by announcing she's pregnant. Here's the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, wanting to be part of the family, wanting to be part of the family. Interestingly, we do have the bully card here beside the Queen. So telling her something that would make her bring Meghan into the fold very quickly. 2 5s here, which are changing in between the Queen. Wow, 3 of Swords on top of the family card. Betrayal, heartbreak. The Strength card. There she is, the Leo. But it's also the Strength card is also the royal family. So was this twisting the royal family's arm to get what she wanted, to get into that royal family as soon as possible? The Page of Good Cheer, the pregnancy card right on the Queen. Yes, she did. Yeah, she did. Surprise, I'm pregnant, they told the Queen. It was a complete betrayal to the family, and it was to bring the royal family to their knees. Well, she didn't, but you know what I mean. She got to bend the royal family to, Harry got me pregnant. If you don't let him marry me, well, you're a racist. Yes. Ace of Canes, truth. Yes, absolutely. Cutting truth. Look at that. What they did to the Queen. No wonder the Queen had that look on her face at the wedding and said Meghan Markle is evil. Wow. Ace of Candles in reverse. Two aces, and they're contradictory. One is upright, one is in reverse. Now, the Ace of Candles in reverse, on top of the telling the Queen she's pregnant, I don't believe the Queen believed them. I don't believe that the Queen was happy about it. I don't think the Queen believed that she was pregnant. I think the Queen may have said no, even though they're coming in with this cutting truth. I'm getting that the Queen said no. Too bad, so sad. So let's see what happened. Wow. 6 of Gifts in reverse. So this would have been a lopsided, this would have been very lopsided. This would have made the Queen look mean. This would have, right? Because the 6 of Gifts upright is evenly distributed. And we have the 2 aces here. So this would not have been evenly distributed. This actually would have been very cutting to the Queen. This actually would have put a light out, I'm getting, because we've got the candle here, on the royal family. This would have been very unfair to the royal family. This would have been a one-sided conversation. Let's see, what's the 3 of Candles? They may have been told to be patient, because we've got candles here and candles here. 5 of Good Cheer in reverse and 6 of Good Cheer upright. Knight of Gifts, there's Harry, and the Magus in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and there's Charles. Okay, this is how I'm reading this. I think Charles stepped in and said, Mom, you stopped Camilla and I from getting married, and look at how that turned out. We do not want another Diana situation on our hands. Right here with the 5 of Cups in reverse and the planning, I'm thinking that this is Charles. He showed up here, and we've got the past here with the 6 of Cups. And I'm getting that this, we do not, let's not stop them. Let's get married. And here comes the spin doctoring about everything, about the trickster energy around the pregnancy, around the fake pregnancy. And I'm thinking here, Charles stepped in, and I think the Queen initially said no. I honestly do. I think she initially said, no, right? Because he, at that time, was HRH. He needed her permission to get married. And I think she said no. I think she put a damper on things. And then I think we have this 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm thinking it would have been a one-sided story in the media And I think Charles, not knowing who Meghan was at the time, stepped in. And I think he said, we don't want another Diana situation. You know, you stopped me from marrying the love of my life, and I ended up marrying her anyways. And we should have just done it right from the start. And I think that's what convinced the Queen to allow the marriage to go forward. I think it was Charles who stepped in. Queen of Candles. Now that would be Anne. The Hanged Man. Queen of Good Cheer. That would be Camilla. And the Nine of Canes and Justice. That's the wedding itself. Yeah, I think Anne also might have stepped in. I think I'm not sure how much say Camilla would have had, but I think the children, the older, right? Because we have to remember Anne and Charles are very, very close. And Anne could have said, yeah, look how many divorces are in this family. Um, this is also my pregnancy card, the Hanged Man. And we don't need any bad publicity right now. And I think even Camilla might have chimed in and said something, I don't know. But I mean, the King of Hearts and Queen of Hearts, which is your King and Queen of Cups, is saying, "Yeah, let them get married. They're totally in love, and even though they're pregnant." And I think here they're saying, "Let's not have any anxiety in the family." Right? Nine of Canes. Let's just let them get married. They're both in their 30s, and so they're adults. They know what they're doing, and let's let them get married right away, so that people won't be questioning the dates that much. Blah blah blah, and so then it happened. But yes, that's my pregnancy card as well, the Hanged Man. Also, they might be saying we're kind of trapped by this news. Um, you know, it's interesting though that these people around the Queen are encouraging her to change her mind. And this looks like it's family. It doesn't look like it's like I'm not getting the Empress or the Emperor. So it's not like we're getting um, as the firm, or I think this is truly a family decision. It's like Charles and Anne and Camilla, come on, mom, let's, what the heck, what's the worst that can happen, and whatnot. And even the Nine of Canes is anxiety for 9 months while you're pregnant. So I think there was something here about pregnancy, especially with the Page of Cups on the Queen. I think they brought that information to the Queen, and the Queen said no. Queen said no, that's not, we've already got Eugenie, another one of her beloved granddaughters. We've already got that planned, and this and that. And I think the other one stepped in and said, you know what, mom, instead of creating an issue around this, let's just let them get married. There was some anxiety about, perhaps there was something said about race already. And so there was definitely some anxiety around this marriage. I'm not going to lie here, but I think that's what happened. And it was all trickster energy. And it was Charles coming in and saying, why didn't you just let me marry Camilla right from the start? Wouldn't have had, the Diana issue. And I think that was probably thrown in the Queen's face more often than not. And I think they kind of leveraged that a little bit, which is sad. I really get that energy. And I think the Queen gave in, because of the people around her were telling her to as well. And I think this justice here, she allowed them to get married, and it was sanctioned. But I think here it was definitely a plan for Meghan to get into the family, not to be an outsider, to get into the family. And I think they bullied the queen into it. All right, let's ask the cards. So how did Meghan explain to Harry when she wasn't showing, or how did Meghan explain to Harry and the queen and the family that she was no longer pregnant? How did Meghan then explain, oh, sorry, got my period on the wedding day, but it's too late now. How is that explained? How is that explained away? And did she use July? Did she explain that she lost the baby in July and then got pregnant right away again with Archie? That's why the dates don't match up. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Cards are ready. Oh, it was a problem she created. The tree in reverse, the tower in reverse. It was definitely a problem she created. Queen of Gifts. That's the queen. Knight of Good Cheer. Well, there's the loss of the baby. So, of course, they had to tell the queen first. Oh, strategy. Strategy. Ace of Gifts. The strategy was to get pregnant again right away. And that's how they explained the loss of that baby. That she got pregnant right away, which a doctor never does. I lost a baby and the doctor told me to wait at least 3 months. So I don't know what doctor would tell a 40-year-old woman to get pregnant right away after losing a baby. But that was the strategy, because the Ace of Pentacles, when I'm talking about a pregnancy, is the seed. But here's the Knight of Cups in reverse. That tells me she just said that she lost the baby. Like it was, her body couldn't hold the baby or whatever. 3 of Candles. Look at that. That's her getting pregnant right away again. 9 of Candles in reverse. There's the miscarriage. Yeah, so she basically said she had a miscarriage. Now 3, so that was May, June, July. Yeah, 3 months after she was married. And of course, she wasn't showing. So I think that the story that she lost a baby in July is actually a cover up for, or it's like 2 fibs that she's melded together. So, right, because she wouldn't be able to publicly say, I was pregnant before we got married and I lost a baby in July. I think that's exactly what happened. But she used it a couple of years later. Yeah, there's the pregnancy. The Ace of Cups is the pregnancy. Well, her saying that she was pregnant again quickly. That was the strategy. She lost the baby in July, but she got pregnant right away again, and they announced at Eugenie's wedding in October. So that's exactly what happened. The moon, and see, I nailed it. We figured it out. So not only was that whole story a lie, it was a lie to cover up a lie. Are you with me? The 5 of Canes in reverse again, bullying somebody into believing something. And being smug about it, especially we got the 7 of Canes. Her strategy always was pregnancy. And she bullied them into believing her whole convoluted story. But she couldn't tell the public what her story was. So she made up a story about her story, saying it was another year. Right? Because let's face it, she would have gladly told the whole world she was pregnant the day after they were married or whatever. And then, her sob story about losing the baby in July. And she may have even just said, oh, I lost the baby actually a couple of months ago, but I didn't realize it. Right? Because that can happen as well. You know, you go for your ultrasound and they tell you that the child's not viable and you don't know exactly when. I mean, when they're just months, when you're first months pregnant, you don't know exactly when the child stopped being viable. Wow, the Lovers in reverse. The Gemini card. So did she actually say she lost the baby in June, but didn't really say it until July? And by then, there's no choice. She's married, she's titled, she's in. And now she can legitimately have a fake pregnancy. I think this Lovers in reverse here with the Tower and the Ace, I think that really damaged the relationship with the Queen. I think the Queen had her number, and that's why she said no. And then all of this came about, and I think and also this could be Prince Philip as well. He was a Gemini. I think that's when they had their fill of Meghan Markle. What's the underlying here? Wow, the child fool. She thought she was playing them for the fools, but she was the fool. Oh, 10 of Candles in reverse. The Bird, 2 of Good Cheer in reverse. The Chariot upright, 8 of Gifts in reverse. Knight of Canes in reverse. There she is, the Knight of Canes. The how long was she in? 72 days in the royal family? Or I don't know how long was she actually a royal, but they knew she wasn't going to work. I'm going to say this Chariot is William. I think William had a lot to do with them being kicked out of the family. I stand by my cards told me, I don't know how many times, they were kicked out. They did not choose to leave. They were kicked out. I think the Queen had enough of her lies, and I think with the backing of William, I think William took charge of this and took control of it. Here they are, the 8 of Gifts in reverse. That's you're not working here anymore. 2 of Good Cheer in reverse. Done. You were foolish. You lied to us right from the start. Here she is, the liar, the wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. She thought this was going to be a cakewalk. She thought these were stupid people. I'm gonna show them, and that's how she got in, and that's also how she got out. This next card wants to show itself. Justice. There it is again. But it's too late. They're married. The law, like, they actually have to go to Parliament to remove titles, and they're married, and she's in. And there she is, bull in the china shop, destroying, markling the royal family. All right. Well, I'm going to try and find some of the other videos I did over Meghan's pregnancies. I did them quite a while ago, so they might be really deep in the videos. I'll try and find them and put the link at the back here for you at the end of the, or I'll put them down below as well, and you can go have a look at them and see all about her lies about pregnancies, or all the readings I've done. And no matter what deck of cards I use, they all say the same thing. So how does that work in the universe? All right. Well, thank you very much for spending this time with me. Don't forget to give this a like if you enjoyed this. I appreciate that so much. And go have a look at some of the other ones. See you online.